I don't know if I can do this shit much longer. All right, let's lock in. Welcome back to the Den of Nerds. I am Josh. We have a fantastic show for you today. Star Wars. I know. Star Wars. We're doing this again. Star Wars Celebration. It started. There's announcements. There's things we can talk about. There's things we can debate about. And, yeah, some of it's really cool. Some of it's like a big eye roll for me. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. And, well, it's good to have something to talk about, I suppose. And so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to break down the big announcements from Star Wars Celebration last night. The announcement, officially, of the Shawn Levy Star Wars movie. What's it called? Starfighter? Something like that. Somebody help me out in the chat. So we'll get into that. We'll talk about that. We've got Mandalorian and Grogu, which I don't know if they're going to publicly release that trailer or not, but I have a copy of it. I'm sure you saw it. Yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. And then the only thing that was trending this morning from Celebration was the Maul show. Shadow Lords. Now, that seems cool. It is also, of course, something that I scooped a couple of weeks back, and we talked about it in a video and everything like that. So it's good to see that finally announced. And I think there's some more stuff that's going to be announced today. So we'll probably have more to talk about with Star Wars on Monday. But that's going to make up the majority of today's show. A couple of things I wanted to talk about with the Marvel side of things. Of course, we had the big Fantastic Four trailer yesterday. And the big controversial with the female Silver Surfer in particular. Of course, Rob and I had an argument, a disagreement about it yesterday, but I've looked out online and like a lot of people don't think she looks good. I think she looks good. A lot of people don't though, so that's kind of interesting. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit. And then I actually had a theory as I was looking at some of the stuff in the trailer. Guys, I don't want to get too excited, but I almost feel like Gangster Feige is back. Because there's not one, but two potential Superman shots across the bow that are in the Fantastic Four trailer. And look, for a long time, I've been wondering, where is White Suge Knight? Where is the Kevin Feige of old? This dude used to be super polite, front-facing, and then incredibly cutthroat behind the scenes. And we were all wondering, with his buddy, James Gunn, taking over DC, would we ever see that guy again, or is he going to go soft on him? Is he going to go easy on him? Well, there are a couple of things from the trailer yesterday that make me think, Kevin, are you back to your old ways? We'll talk about it. We'll break it down. So I'm excited for all of that. And in all seriousness, guys, look, some of the Star Wars stuff is really cool. I don't know. I feel like I'm in an abusive relationship with Star Wars. I keep coming back even after they keep punching me in the face. But at the same time, can't deny, I love Star Wars. I love a lot of these characters. I did get excited for some of the stuff that is out there with regards to Star Wars Celebrations. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to break all of that down, and I expect we'll get into some good Q&A. We've been having, I think, pretty good Q&A sessions all week, and I would expect that to continue today. As far as show notes are concerned, I have a video coming out. It'll either drop later today or early tomorrow. It's about the Fantastic Four trailer. I decided instead of just doing a regular breakdown, I'm going to do a breakdown with the spoilers, with the leaks, with explaining what's really going on. So if you're not into spoilers and leaks, maybe avoid that video. But if you are, if you're really interested, and I know there are a lot of people that are, check that video out. Like I said, maybe we'll drop that later today. Maybe we'll drop it tomorrow. And then I'm doing another video about spoilers for the post-credit scene, potentially post-credit scenes for the Fantastic Four as well. It's actually really interesting. Marvel changes a lot of stuff. So some of the old rumors about the Fantastic Four movie are actually not real anymore. And I want to explain that because it's okay And I actually think I get why they changed it. And let's just say Doomsday is going to be ridiculous. A lot of destruction in that movie. So that's what it is. I would also say if you are a Unity collector tier backer, you might want to check out the Discord. I've been dropping some cool updates on the collector's Discord. And I think we're a week or two away from some big updates with regards to Unity. We have art in the 4th chapter. So I know we haven't released chapter 3 yet, and I'll explain what's going on with that. But we are actually now into chapter 4 and like finally making some really good progress. So if we can stay at this pace, I think we can ship by the end of the year, and that's awesome. And of course, next time is going to be way different. I might not even do a Kickstarter, but if I do, I don't think I want to do one until we have like the majority of the art done. Because, you know, just a couple of hangups with your art team can really delay a project, and it's not fair to everybody. So we're going to figure it out. We're going to smooth those edges, and we'll figure it out. So that's what's going on for today. As far as show notes, I think that's pretty much it, guys. Spoiler videos for Fantastic Four over the weekend. We'll be back at it next week. I think we're going to have a lot to talk about next week. I think there'll be a lot more news next week, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. With that said, I guess we should just get in to the Star Wars Celebration stuff. And let me just ask the chat right away, man. How many of you guys were in the stream? How many of you guys were up late last night? Because, of course, it's in Tokyo. Star Wars Celebration is in Japan. They're like 14 hours ahead of us or something. So late last night was like 9 in the morning for them. And so I saw on the Discord a lot of people breaking stuff down late at night. So I'm curious if any of you guys were staying up late for it. I did see that the official Lucasfilm stream itself was hilariously chaotic, as you would expect. A lot of, I mean, look, I have issues, right, with my streams and whatnot. You guys know I've been doing this a long time, and it's tough to do a stream. Weird things happen, and they had some errors. They had some things go wrong, and then the chat was pretty ruthless to Lucasfilm in general. So that's also just par for the course, I think, at this point for the Star Wars brand. And look, it's tough. I guess I would say my initial reaction to what I saw for Star Wars Celebration is kind of like, okay, not bad, but not necessarily blowing me away. And I think a lot of us, I mean, look, last Celebration, which I think was 2 years ago at this point, was legitimately impressive. They actually had good panels. They had footage, trailers for different projects. They announced 3 different movies, and it actually seemed like they had some kind of a cohesive plan. I remember making videos at the time, breaking all of that down and being like, wow, like I'm really harsh on Star Wars, but this is kind of cool. Like a lot of this stuff is kind of interesting. The shame of it is none of those movies ended up panning out in any serious way. Like, dude, we have a whole bunch more movies that were announced this year at Celebration, and most of them were not films that were announced a couple of years ago. The next movie that's coming out is actually the Mando and Grogu movie, which was never, like, that wasn't even a movie when they made those announcements at Celebration. So for those reasons and many, many more, I found myself having a difficult time getting really excited about some of these announcements, but there is some good here. So we'll get into it and we'll talk about it. So I think the first place to begin, because we'll definitely get into all the Maul stuff, but I think the first place to begin, let's talk about Shawn Levy's movie. I think that's probably the place to begin. Would be with, what's it called? Starfighter. Let me look this up, pull some stuff up for you here. Now, this basically confirms a lot of stuff that we had already been speaking about. Okay, the Shawn Levy movie, I've been talking about it. I remember when I did the reunion show and did Nerd Theory, I had brought it up and talked about Shawn Levy and Ryan Gosling and the whole thing, right? And Ray, who I still absolutely believe is a part of this. They're not saying that Rey's a part of it, which is interesting and potentially smart, but she is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else to tell you. She's absolutely a part of it. But we'll talk more about that in a second. So we had Shawn Levy himself come on the stage and reveal this right here, guys. Let me get this pulled up for you. Oh, that's not it. What the hell? That's a editing timeline. Okay. And you can see here, I'll pause the music on the stream so you can hear the actual music here. I believe this is indicative of the theme. Kind of a little bit of a play on the John Williams thing. Not bad. May 28th, 2027. Now, a couple of things we got to talk about with regards to this. First of all, it's fascinating to me that Shawn Levy is all in on this film. Now, we've actually spoken about this before because, you know, Hollywood, these big pop culture IPs, everything these days is a lot like sports. And Shawn Levy, after making Deadpool and Wolverine, it's almost like he won a Super Bowl and he's a free agent. You know what I mean? And it's like wild to me. Like, I still don't fully understand why that guy used that capital, used that moment where he could have got any deal, played for any team, and done anything, and he decided to go with Star Wars. That's interesting to me, right? And there are maybe a couple of reasons as to why, but I'd like to believe that one of the reasons is because Shawn Levy just really loves Star Wars, and he has a story that he really thinks would be good. And ultimately, you know what's wild, right, is like, to me, Deadpool and Wolverine is actually one of the weaker Shawn Levy movies. Like, and it has heart in it. Don't get me wrong. It has heart in it. But I like the Real Steel movies, like The Atom Project. I think did he do Free Guy as well, or is that somebody else? A lot of his other movies to me have even more heart. And so perhaps it's just one of those things where he's looking at potentially more Deadpool stuff or potentially more Marvel stuff, but it's not necessarily what his heart is calling out to. And he has this, because here's the other thing. He co-wrote this movie with the person he worked on the Atom Project with. So that's like fascinating, right? So I'd like to believe that part of the calculus is I love Star Wars so goddamn much. I have this story. I feel like my sensibilities and the way I like to explore human emotion and heart, I feel like that is what I want to do. Okay? And look, either way you slice it, it's a huge get for Star Wars. I don't know that all the Star Wars fans will be taken by this. You know, it was funny, Dash and Stupendous Wave, they absolutely hated this idea. And they hated Gosling. They hated, like, the whole thing, right? But I think for a lot of regular fans, more casuals, normies, and whatnot, I think they're going to see the director of Deadpool and Wolverine and they're going to get excited, And I think that's fair. And that's why he's such a good get. It is so confusing to me, though, given everything I know about, the state of Star Wars, the state of their executive team and everything. Like, it's just wild that, like, Levy would make that decision. I'm still kind of shocked by it. But make no mistake about it. Yesterday, he confirmed he is all in on this shit. All in. It goes into production, as in they're rolling cameras later this year. And you know what? Wow, does Kathleen Kennedy owe this man, because she can't get shit off the ground as far as movies, and she's tried everything she can to, like, get movies into production. And I think wisely, they confirm the shooting date when he comes out to talk about the project. So unlike Celebration 2 years ago, we've got, like, this dude is hot right now, and they are rolling cameras later this year. That is impressive. And despite all the trepidation, all the worry, all the concern, everything that I have as far as negative feelings towards Lucasfilm, I do like Shawn Levy. I do think this could fit. Pretty crazy. Okay. Now, the other element here is, of course, Ryan Gosling. Now, they brought out the gauze, and I got to say, I don't know if I'm sold on the Goss for Star Wars, but I did think he played with the whole scene and the crowd really well. You know, watching him speak and do interviews and like talk about the crowd and all that, it seemed like he was genuine, seemed like he was having a good time. It seemed like he was like truly having a positive experience and was very hopeful of how this is going to come together. So I'm not saying that I think it will come together perfectly. I'm not saying that he's a good pick for it. There is a sense of like, you know, Star Wars never used to do the celebrity thing, right? That's not their move. When they cast, even for The Force Awakens, they copied George and they said, we're not going to use like really known actors. We're going to use unknowns because you don't want to see the actor. You want the character. That was like why George went for unknowns and all of that, right? Other than Harrison, who just sort of wore George down over time. But like the point is, that's not really a Star Wars thing. And so I can understand some concern with them doing that because it does feel a little bit like they're just grasping for old school Hollywood tricks. You know, grab the big popular actor and put him front and center and sell your movie off that, which, I mean, like, frankly, I understand it. And maybe that is the right move for where they are at as the brand has declined as it has. Yeah. So like having said that, like, I don't know, there's a sense I have that Goss is into this, that Levy's into this. And I don't know. I mean, even despite my feelings about Deadpool and Wolverine, which, like, look, it's a fun time. I don't think it's a great movie, but it's a fun time. I'm somehow, some way getting excited about this. I don't think everyone will, and I'm not sure if this movie will succeed. But I will say, for me, I'm starting to get a little excited, man. I really like Shawn Levy. And the Goss seemed to be really impacted by that. And I think as fans, right, you just take it back a couple of steps. You know, we really like when it feels like the people making this stuff really care. And they care about the thing, but they also care about us because we love the thing. And frankly, you know, in a world where Star Wars and Kathleen Kennedy are hammering out articles in the trades over the past couple of weeks that are basically like, yo, our fans are racist and all white and shit. Like, literally, that's happening. I've ignored it as best I can because it's just a big eye roll for me. But that is true. That is literally happening. In a world where that's happening, I don't know, it's kind of chill to have, like, Shawn Levy, the Goss. I'm not feeling any of that kind of energy. You know, I'm not feeling any of that Kathleen Kennedy energy. And that's chill. You know, for as much as Kathleen Kennedy wants John Boyega to tell us all that Star Wars is too white, seems like these two white dudes might be the move. Might be some magic there. So we'll see. Now, I did want to say there is a leak out there from Daniel RPK. And I don't normally talk about leaks or spoilers on the stream. I like to do that in dedicated videos because, you know, you just never know. Like somebody pops into the stream and they're like, what the hell? You just spoiled that for me. You know, so I don't like to do that. However, I don't think this one's too crazy. So I kind of want to add this in to the bit here about the Shawn Levy movie. According to Daniel RPK, the movie will focus on Ryan Gosling, who is teaching his nephew, who's probably going to be around 15 years old, the ways of the Force. Interestingly, Goss is probably Jedi or at least partially trained, but he's also married. He has a wife. This is like really interesting to me. Okay. On top of that, the two villains of the film will be a male and female pair. Now, that corresponds to some of the other leaks that are out there. Mikey Madison was just in talks to star in the film. I'm blanking on the homie's name, but there's that other, that white guy that did that show with Elizabeth Olsen where he was like the preacher and they had the affair. I forget the guy's name and I apologize. He's a good actor. But like there's been a lot of rumors and leaks that he will be the main villain. So it seems like Daniel's onto it and he probably got the casting grid or whatever, right? So it seems like it'll be Goss, his wife, his 15-year-old nephew that's Force sensitive, and a villainous couple of some kind, or at least a female-male villain team. And I just want to say, that's cool, man. Like, I'm digging it. And again, like, dude, look at the catalog from Shawn and the young kid that's like, you know, around that age, you know, that 15-year-old age, that like shonen age, right? And the mentor-mentee relationship that has like a lot of tension for whatever reason, that is completely Shawn Levy's wheelhouse. And I also think it thematically fits really well for Star Wars. So that's all really cool. That's all really good. Here's the only problem, and it's just one minor negative little aspect here, and that's that I still believe Kathleen Kennedy is going to force Rey Skywalker into this movie. I still believe it. I think it's fantastic that they are not putting that on Front Street, because that just indicates at least some awareness that that might not be the best way to sell a Star Wars movie. But I am still convinced. I know a lot of you guys don't believe me, which is so weird because a lot of what I'm talking about, like the Maul shit, like a lot of the stuff we talk about is accurate, right? But a lot of people don't believe that. I still believe it, guys. I still think Rey Skywalker will be forced into this movie. And I mean, it is like what? I think the setting's 5 to 9 years after the rise of Skywalker. So I don't love it. You know, I don't love it. And to take it one step further, I believe they confirmed on stage, I believe they confirmed that you're going to have the Shawn Levy movie. I believe they confirmed the Simon Kinberg trilogy. And I believe they confirmed Mangold's thing, Filoni's thing. So that's 6 movies, right? And I'm telling you right now, the unfortunate reality here, and I see all you guys talking about Vader 2. That'll be at the end of the show. We'll react to Vader 2 at the end of the show. The unfortunate truth is all of those movies, every single movie that they just confirmed will be Kathleen Kennedy movies. They will be Kathleen Kennedy movies. Whether she leaves as president or not, these will all be produced by Kathleen Kennedy. So it is difficult for me to get excited. And I warned you guys about this, but it's like difficult for me to get excited because, you know, I truly think there are different camps within Lucasfilm. And I do think there's some people that think we should have an overhaul. And there's some people like Kathy and others that just want to go with like her thing. It does kind of seem like Kathy is winning. And it seems like you're getting at least six, count them, 6 more movies produced under Kathleen Kennedy. So, frankly, a mixed bag here. You know, I'm optimistic about Levy's movie. I like that it's going, you know, into it. I don't love that I think Rey will be shoved into it. I don't love that Kathy's heavily involved. So, frankly, a mixed bag when it comes to that. But that is, of course, the first part, the first topic for today's show, going over the Shawn Levy stuff. I think the next thing that we should do, talk about Mandalorian and then Grogu. Which, by the way, man, what the fuck was Pedro wearing? My God. It made me less excited for the Fantastic Four. Like, I'm just going to be honest. I saw him in the goofy-ass shorts, wearing the pirate shirt from Seinfeld. And I literally, like, my eyes just rolled into the back of my head. And I'm like, just when I was starting to get excited about the Fantastic Four. Holy. But, you know, Pedro gonna Pedro, I guess, right? Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian and Grogu. Okay, so, I mean, I guess first things first. The rumors are true. Rada. Okay. Rada. Now, look, I want to be fair here. There was a full-ass trailer shown, and it's all over the internet. I think they're taking it down. There's some rumors that they're going to release it publicly online, and I think that would be great if they did. I watched it, and it's actually pretty sharp, you know? It's a cool, like, hallway scene. with action with Din Djarin, absolutely just killing it. I believe he's inside an AT-AT. There's some fun Star Wars humor. There's a scene where Sigourney Weaver is talking to Mando and Grogu. Yeah, and then there's some of the stuff from the very first little teaser thing with them running out in front of the AT-ATs and stuff like that. Not too much to it. But the trailer itself looked cool. Like, the action looks like it's going to be sharp. The problem is, I continue to hear that this movie is kind of like a nothing burger. It's a true side adventure, which will basically amount to Mandalorian and Grogu and Rada, who is like a lead. This isn't like, you're not going to be seeing this dude a little bit. This dude is one of the leads of the film. And so it is Grogu, Rada, and Din, and it's mostly just a bubbling little adventure. Enzo is not actually the main villain, although he will be villainous in the film. I'll just spoil it for you. I don't care. It's the Shadow Council from the last season of The Mandalorian. That's like the real villain, and it's like building up Thrawn stuff, you know, slowly in the background. So, Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't know, man. It's tough. I mean, I like these characters. I like this era. I'm just having trouble like getting excited for this movie. It really does feel like they knew they could slap this together for a movie, almost like what was it, Moana 2 or something like that, where it was originally going to be a Disney Plus series, and then they adjust it and turn it into a film. I don't know that this ever really deserved to be a movie. As far as I understand it, there's no crazy surprises, no shocks, no cameos, nothing real crazy. It's just like a little buddy adventure movie with Rada, Din, and Grogu. So I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna watch it, right? I'm gonna go check it out. I don't know that anything from yesterday like really got me excited or wowed me. Yeah, and then like Rada, I don't know. I mean, do you guys think this looks good? I don't think this looks good. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if I have much more to say about it, to be honest. It's like, I don't want to be a dick. I will see the movie, and honestly, if it's really good, like, look, I still think just put Luke Skywalker in it, or Thrawn or something. Like, go crazy, have some fun cameos, and then I would be really excited. Otherwise, like, I don't know. It just feels pretty bland to me. I'm having trouble getting super excited about The Mandalorian and Grogu. I don't know. Maybe there's some more stuff that'll come up in Q&A. Like, maybe there's some other stuff that you guys heard or that you think is really cool or whatnot. Yeah, I just don't know what to say about this shit, brother. Okay, but let's shift into and talk about something that's truly awesome. Now, this is, I think, the coolest announcement from yesterday. It was also the only thing that was trending yesterday with regards to Star Wars, which is so fascinating for a couple of different reasons. Number one, it's an animated show. Isn't that interesting? We talk a lot about animation versus live action, East versus West. Western audiences still, for whatever reason, have a little bit of trouble accepting animation as the primary source of storytelling or whatnot, right? So it was interesting that this thing popped off the way that it did. This was literally the highest trending, the only trending thing that was announced. And apparently there was a little teaser trailer shown, although I have not seen it anywhere. I did not see it leaked anywhere. If it did, please let me know. But let's go over this. Let's read the article here, and then I'll give you some thoughts, because remember, I scooped this probably 3 weeks ago now. I was talking about Ahsoka Season 2, and I said in that video that the next big animated show for Star Wars was a Darth Maul show. Sam Witwer returning. And here it is, so pretty cool. In Star Wars, Maul, Shadow Lord, the former Sith, returns. After the Clone Wars, Maul plots to rebuild his criminal syndicate on the planet untouched by the Empire, on a planet. During the 20th anniversary Lucasfilm Animation panel at Star Wars Celebration Japan, surprise guest Sam Witwer took to the stage to reveal to the galaxy as the star of the next animated series, Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord. Dude, what a cool name. I truly think Starfighter or whatever, the Starfighter, I think that name is lame. I think that name is silly. Shadow Lord? That's a dope name. That's really cool. Witwer first portrayed Maul in Star Wars The Clone Wars, later reprising the role in Star Wars Rebels in a new series set after the events of the final season of The Clone Wars. Maul rises again to lead the underworld factions. Fan attending panel in person got an early look at the series' new animation style in a room-only sizzler reel. Yeah, I think I have like one single shot from it. Let me see if I can pull this up for you guys because it looks really good. The animation style is like more photorealistic Clone Wars style. It's really cool, dude. Let me see if I can show this. Yeah, man. You can't see too much here, but just feast your motherfucking eyes, because that is dope, bro. Come on. Come on. Ooh. So good. So tasty. So yeah, obviously really, really awesome. Set after the events of the Clone Wars. Now, people are speculating all sorts of things. Of course, there were Dark Horse comic book runs that technically I don't think match up to this timing because these would have been before Clone Wars. The fact that this takes place after Clone Wars means it's not going to be Sons of Dathomir or anything like that. This is probably more of an original story. This is probably just the continuation of Maul in a way that would maybe line up a little bit with what happens in Solo and some of that stuff. So that's kind of interesting. Now, some people are speculating that Darth Talon could be introduced here, which would be really cool because Darth Talon, I mean, obviously just awesome character, super sexy, love the Twi'lek ladies. Come on, man. But also, Talon was supposed to be a main player in George's sequel trilogy. So in the era of the sequels, that was going to have Talon and to a degree Maul be a part of that. Like she was going to be a big part of that. So that's really cool. And this is really interesting. And of course, people love Sam Witwer. And I think Sam is awesome. And I don't want to spoil anything else here, but you should go watch the video I made about Ahsoka season 2, because I mean, Sam's doing some cool stuff in there. And yeah, this is great. Like, this is one of those feel-good things. I think there's a reason this is trending. I think there's a reason fans are getting behind this. And frankly, if we had more stuff like this and less stuff like, a lot of other Star Wars things, I think we'd be in a better place. I think we'd be cooking a little bit better. So, yeah, that's sort of the update on the Darth Maul project. And I'm excited for it. I wonder how many seasons dropping in 2026. That feels really good. So yeah, pretty excited about that. I told Darth Maul fans you're going to be eating good. And it seems like that is now confirmed. So that's those are the three main things when it comes to Star Wars Celebration. There was a lot of little things here and there dropped, little updates. There were some cool moments where Dave was talking about how George always said animation was so central to Star Wars and it was so important to what he wanted to do with Star Wars. So it's always cool to hear that, and it's cool to hear that that tradition is being carried on. I did think that the energy that Shawn Levy brought to the stage was palpable, incredible, and I think he's a great ambassador. Like, say whatever you want about his movies or him, but I think he comes with a lot of energy. And I think he's a great ambassador to the fans, man. It's just like it's a guy, to me, a guy that's really hard to like not just put a smile on your face and get excited. He's very enthusiastic, and I just still can't believe he picked Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a reason, and maybe he's the guy to do it. I mean, maybe that's what it is. You know, he sees the state of both franchises. in some ways, you could argue he breathed life back into Marvel. Is he now going to be the guy that breathes life back into Star Wars? Is that what he's going for? Pretty interesting. And what a legacy, what a legacy if he ends up pulling that off. So those are the big announcements. Now, I think there's a Ahsoka Season 2 panel today, technically tonight, which would be tomorrow morning in Japan. I know it's all weird. I'm hoping we get some cool stuff revealed there. I mean, I already told you guys a bunch of cool stuff about it, but it would be cool to see some of that sort of confirmed or hinted at by them. And I continue to believe that Ahsoka Season 2 is that's, to me, the most hyped up thing for me. Thing I'm most excited for, Ahsoka Season 2. Second most exciting, probably Maul Shadow Lord, frankly. And then third would be the Shawn Levy movie. I'm trying to be open-minded about it and optimistic. And yeah, so that's kind of my list. Everything else I'm super trepidatious on. I'm just I don't know. Mando and Grogu, I don't know. Friggin' trilogy from Simon Kinberg, I don't know. Even, what's his butt? Friggin' dude that made 310 to Yuma, James Mangold. Even Mangold, I'm I don't know, brother. I mean, you're saying stuff about how you don't respect the lore. You're saying stuff about how you wanted to go all the way back because you didn't want to be beholden to the lore. I mean, these are just not things I want to hear. I'd rather hear what Shawn is saying. I'd rather hear what Sam Witwer is saying. I'd rather hear what Filoni's saying. So even that movie to me is a huge question mark. So far, so good for Star Wars. I can admit, pretty decent. I don't think we've won a lot of hearts and minds. I think that a lot of the baggage from Kathy and just having so many projects fall apart continues to linger over everything. So that's probably the most optimistic I could be. That's probably the happiest and most fair I can be about all of that. So with that being said, I guess if you guys want to, I assume people want me to react to Vader episode 2, the trailer that Theory dropped earlier, so we can do that. And then we'll break into Q&A and we can talk about the celebration stuff. You know what? Can I do one real quick? Can I just say one real quick thing here, guys, about Kevin Feige, and then we'll watch Theory's trailer. Okay, let me see if I can find what I had screenshot. Oh no, I probably just liked it. I have to go through my likes now and find it. Hang on now. Okay, so I'll set this up for you. I miss the old Kevin Feige. And what I mean by that, you know what? I don't even have it here. It's fine. I'll just explain it to you. I miss the old Kevin Feige. What do I mean by that? I mean, I miss the guy that heard about DC making Batman v Superman and fast-tracked Civil War and made it way better just to kind of shit on DC, I miss that guy that, Scott Dickinson, I forget his name, no offense, I think he's a good guy. But, he's I don't know, Kevin Feige, I'm out. And then he gets Sam fucking Raimi. I miss the guy that, really understood how to win and how to throw shots and fight dirty. In my opinion, it's one of the most understated things about Kevin, that he's a straight shooter. He's very nice. He's very positive. He's also pretty cutthroat behind the scenes. I love it. But we haven't seen that guy in a long time. Well, the only reason I bring this up is because yesterday, of course, they had a massive Fantastic Four trailer. And many people pointed out, what the fuck? That's a random ass Thursday. This ain't the 4th of nothing. I mean, I guess it's technically the 4th month. Why drop that trailer on a Thursday? What's the deal? Well, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I think we might be getting Gangster Feige back, guys. Because what's today, ladies and gentlemen? Anybody know? Anybody know what today is? It's Superman Day. It's Superman Day. So the day before Superman Day, Kevin Feige drops this Fantastic Four trailer. Now that in and of itself, maybe a little shot, but it gets even crazier. Did you know that the car that the thing lifts up is the same car from Action Comics #1. Yeah, look it up. It's the same green Volkswagen car that Superman is lifting on Action Comics #1. Okay? But there's even more. Do you know that shot of Ben Grimm grabbing the chain and pulling the big ship? I mean, it's so obviously a reference to Zack Snyder, right? Well, what happened yesterday? After that was announced, what happened? Zack Snyder popping off on social media. On what day? Superman Day. Interesting. You'll notice no Superman trailer today. And all I want to say is, look, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm grasping at straws here. Maybe he's playing nice. Maybe it's a nice homage or whatnot. But Kevin, if you're doing what I think you're doing, my man, Kevin, we've been waiting, baby. We've been waiting because, look, let me say it this way. I've actually flipped on Superman. I'm kind of excited about it. But if I had to be honest with you, Fantastic Four looks so much better. And I'm not trying to be rude, but like Fantastic Four looks like it's going to shit all over this movie. And I'm excited for Superman. Don't get it twisted. But I've kind of been wondering this whole fucking time, like, Gunn's doing all this stuff. He's stumbling along the way. You know, even if you like the guy, you got to admit he's not handling this all very well. He's been stumbling. And I look at the Superman trailer, and I'm like, why didn't Feige drop the Fantastic Four trailer that day? Fantastic Four looks so much better. They cooked so much harder. Look, let me just tell you what's really happening behind the scenes now. And again, please understand, I have now flipped. I am Team Superman. I am Team DCU. But right now, Warner Brothers is fucking panicking behind the scenes. Marvel's like, thank God. Because Marvel knows Fantastic Four is the shit. And half of Warner Brothers thinks that Superman's too goofy. I'm not saying it is too goofy. I'm just telling you the reality of the situation. Everybody in that town knows what's really going on. Superman, people are really concerned about. I have personally flipped, and I'm very positive on it. However, brother, Fantastic Four is like everybody in that town knows it's amazing. It finished ahead of schedule. They haven't even fucking screened it a lot because they were like, yeah, this is titties. We don't need to show anybody else this. This is titties. Silver titties. So, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just speculation. Maybe I'm fanboy dreaming. But a tip of the hat to Mr. Kevin Feige. I hope you got your groove back, man, because we need it. We need it. Okay, so I just wanted to touch on that real quick before we shifted. Let's watch Vader, man. Let's see. Vader Episode 2. From Star Wars Theory. All right, let me get this. Hang on. Let me get this all set up here. Let's pause this. Make sure we're good here. What the hell? Oh, jeez. Okay. 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 Are we ready? Here we go. I like the music. Yeah, the fidelity's good. I like that beat drop, the tone. Oh, nice. Ooh, Death Trooper. That was pretty badass, man. There's a lot going on in there, though. Wait, hang on. Is there any more? Okay, I think that might be all. Let's run it back. Let's run it back and let's break it down, huh? I mean, I like it. It's, you know, Naboo, I like the establishing shot. The animation looks really clean, too. I like how shiny it is. It's really shiny. It's a good trailer. It's a very good trailer. Yeah, I like that. I like that. All right, hang on. We got to be able to pause this. Okay, so I like this. I like this. Is that Anakin? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, dude. The action looks really clean here. Is that like a Death Trooper or just like one of the captains? Love that. I really like this facial animation here. You know, just getting a little bit of like an emotion there and like the cocky smile or whatever. You know, that's really cool. The dark side there. It's just tough. Like, kind of blink and you'll miss it. I like the. Is that a shoulder pad? Okay, so maybe like, is that meant to be Obi-Wan or is this like some other random Jedi? Wookiee Jedi? I mean, hell yeah, dude. Like that model. Is that Mace? What? It's like blue though, right? Dang, there's like a bunch of Jedi here. That's cool. Man, there's a lot of stuff that's like blink and you'll miss it. Ah, dude, what? Is that Kid fucking Fisto or what the hell? Badass. Hell yeah. That's very badass, man. That's very badass. That's a good trailer. Oh, man. I know he's been working so hard on this shit, too. So it's got to feel good to finally get that out. I think this is like a really good trailer. I'll be honest. There was like another trailer he did a couple years ago. We reacted to it. I was like, I don't know about this. This is like an actual trailer. This teases some really interesting things. The fidelity of the animation looks incredible. I know he's spending a lot on that. I know that's really important to him. So, yeah, hats off to him, man. Hats off to him. I think this looks great. So I wonder what you guys think, but that's cool. I'm excited to see the movie. Hell yeah. That looks good. All right, what do you say, chat? Should we break into some Q&A? Just see what you guys want to talk about. Is there anything else going on? Any other Star Wars announcements I missed? What else is going on? Oh, you know what? Fat Mace show confirmed. Hell yeah. Hey, one more really big piece of news that I kind of forgot to mention today. And I'll bring it up now. Okay, so it's like pretty big deal. Pretty big deal. I mean, I guess I'll just say it. I confirmed a Warhammer game for later tonight. Your boy's playing Warhammer tonight with his buddy. Let's go! Hell yeah, I'm so excited, man. So I just want to put that out there so you guys know we're living it up, and we're gonna play some Warhammer tonight. Hell yeah. Okay. I'm gonna play Custodes tonight. Yeah, baby. Okay, let's get into these super chats, member chats, and all that. We'll hang in the chat a little bit as well. Been a wild week. It started off so slow, and then they cooked, man. Fantastic Four trailer, Thunderbolt stuff going on, Star Wars, bunch of announcements. I mean, it's been wild. You know, we're just on this journey, man. We're just on this journey. Zack Attack says Pedro's going on an all-time run. I mean, he is kind of killing it right now. You know what? Just because you brought that up, I'm going to show you something. I just shared this today on Twitter. I was kind of blown away. I'm really I have been really worried about Pedro as Reed. But as you see here, I shared, holy shit, he actually does understand Reed. Check this out. Let me. Somebody asked him about the relationships between Reed and Din.
Din Djarin and Reed Richards. I think Reed would respect immediately the composition of somebody like Din Djarin, and would be utterly fascinated and have so many questions for that Din, I think, might not have the patience to answer. But eventually, if they spend enough time with one another, they would have very, very common understanding of good. Din Djarin and Reed Richards.
That's just a small little tidbit there. But to me, I like breathed a sigh of relief, man. I was like, dude, he gets it. Because that is Reed. Like, that would be Reed. He would be fascinated, curious, and annoyingly so. That's actually a pretty important part of the whole thing. Reed gets, some people say Reed's like an asshole or whatever. I don't agree, but he is aloof. He is aloof because of his intelligence. That's like kind of part of it. It's like almost a burden for him in a social regard. So, look, Pedro, I, again, think it's okay that we were perhaps, skeptic of his ability to be Reed. And it's also okay to, like, see other things and change your mind. Like, what a world, right? Where, like, new information enters and then you adjust how you feel about it. Because, by the way, if you're not doing that, then you're just set in your opinion. Right? So I heard that and I got a little bit more excited. I was like, okay, man, I think, and between that and the trailer, I think he put in some serious work. Kaylin J says, let me start by saying this. Shawn Levy will resurrect the brand. Whoa! And fans will debate themselves into low viewership for the Maul show. Maybe. I mean, Star Wars animation traditionally on Disney Plus, I don't think it's ever done really big, crazy numbers. But I think Maul has a good chance. I think season 7 of Clone Wars did pretty good for them. So, yeah, we'll just see. By the way, Bad Batch season 3, I forget the exact statistic, but we were looking at some data, and I remember being like, wow, that's actually pretty impressive how much Bad Batch season 3 pulled. It actually did some pretty decent numbers, which is wild. So, I don't know. And also, dude, that's bold. That's a bold statement about Shawn Levy. I'd love to believe. I think there's a chance. I don't know if I'm on board 100%, but that's cool, man. I love the passion. Mo from the Foe says, how are we feeling about the announcements? I'm tuned into the celebration stream, excited, but can't help but be aware that most of them won't come to fruition. Yeah, I mean, I think I've spoken to this today a lot already, but I guess it always shocks me a little bit considering how negative I can be about Star Wars, and I wonder if you guys feel the same way. Does it ever surprise you that I'll go from like fuck Star Wars to like, okay, but this could be cool or this could be cool? Because frankly, it shocks me. It and they're both authentic. I'm not like lying when I say one or the other. I am truly that fickle about this. I am truly that emotional where it's either like fuck y'all or maybe. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of in that maybe place with it. And we'll see. It's Official says, can we get a reaction to the Vader 2 episode trailer? Yeah, man. Just ripped it. Looks good. Shalomi Leaner says, have you seen Vader's Theory 2 trailer yet? It's awesome. Please review it. Yeah, we did. I think it looks great. Rossi, thank you for the rose. Vagabond of Light says, have to catch this one on the rewatch. Work is crazy today. Nerd Vengers for life. Rewatch Venger. Well, appreciate your viewership, even if it's on the rewatch. Hope you had a good time at work, even though it was crazy. I also just want to say randomly, because I don't know why, but you made me remember this. Can we get happy birthday wishes in the chat for Randon Loomer? Maybe you guys are already doing it, but like, dude, Randon is actually helping me edit a lot these days, so I'm working with him a lot. And he's just like a hard worker, open to criticism, chill as fuck, super funny. We don't like know each other, but I like Grandon. He's been helping me out a lot. And I just want to wish him a happy birthday. So thanks, buddy. Let's see here. Braden says, let's be real. Half of these projects won't be released. Hashtag dead franchise. You know, they've earned that reputation. That didn't come out of nowhere. That came out of years and years of them literally dropping the ball. So I totally get it, man. And probably part of the reason why I'm skeptic as well. John Cross says, Josh turns babyface on Marvel and Star Wars. Let's go. It's been a wild week, huh? I mean, guys, not all of you were there on Wednesday, but Wednesday night, we literally had like a therapy session where I said, guys, I can't make content about Marvel and Star Wars anymore. We have to branch out. We got to make Rivals content. I'm going all in on Warhammer. It's totally fucking over. And then Thursday, I was like, we're so back, you know, and maybe we're so back with Star Wars too. I don't know what's happening. It's been a roller coaster ride of emotion. Anyway, Locationary says with a 10 spot, you get offered $500 million by Disney to produce a Unity film. The catch is KK is an executive producer on it. Do you shamelessly take the deal or keep your dignity? I would absolutely keep my dignity. And I think, how do I say this? I think if you've been paying attention, I'm the type of person that is not afraid to walk away from money or opportunity. I think that's obvious, but maybe not. So, no, brother. Like, there's no amount of money they could throw at me that would, want me to relinquish control of my baby to, like, the wicked witch of West Hollywood, right? So, appreciate you, though. Renee says, have our prayers to Uncle George been answered? Is Star Wars back, baby? Please say yes. I'll give you a strong maybe. Don't tell my wife about this. Love you, Nerd Vengers. Hey, I appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Kaylin J says, animated Maul show. Big fail. I prefer live action. Ooh. I got to tell you, I like animation, man. I do. I like animation. And I think animation and Star Wars go together like spaghetti and meatball. You know, like I think it's a really good fit. So for me, I'm not picking up what you're setting down, but I would also say that you're definitely not alone. There'd be a lot of other people that are probably like, dude, what are we doing here? Like, just do more live action Maul? Totally get it. Shanae Coffin says, did you watch the Vader episode 2 trailer? I did not, but if people keep super chatting, I might. So yeah, let me know. Logan says, think of every Star Wars movie ever. The lead is an unknown. That's part of what gets you captured into the universe. Gosling, one of my faves, but man, yeah, no, I address this as well. Like, you're right. There's just no way around it. You're right. The only thing that I could say is somewhat of a caveat or perhaps just to play devil's advocate. Star Wars might be at such a place that they do need to try different things. And look, the Goss, Ken, I don't know. I don't know if that's the move, but I trust Shawn. And I'll say one thing for Ryan. You know, I'll say two things for Ryan. Number one, he isn't embroiled in multiple lawsuits the way the other Ryan is. And number two, Goss seemed to really enjoy himself and really appreciate the fans. And that's enough for me to be like, you know what, I'm going to give him a chance. But I totally understand what you're saying. Toon Raider says with a 5 spot, on the live stream, they confirmed that Sam is consulting on the scripts for Maul. I love that. People always talk about giving him more control. Wow. Dude, that's good news. I love that. And I'd love for Sam to be involved on that side of things moving forward. I think he's got the chops for it. I think he understands the characters. I mean, look, we don't have to like drag up all the bad blood and everything, but like Sam Witwer has said that he did not think Rian Johnson did his Star Wars homework when it comes to The Last Jedi. He caught a lot of heat for that, but I think many of us agree. So like, this is a guy that like and he's not rude about it. He's not grifting off of it or whatever, but I mean, he's kind of like one of us, man. Like, real talk. Like, he is kind of like one of us. So, good for him. I Don't Like Sand says, is it Darth Talon who's also in this? It was a part of the Sizzler reel. I can't wait. I don't know for sure. I haven't had that confirmed, but that would be so cool. Darth Talon is awesome. Total babe. Total femme fatale. Like, let's get it. That would be great. John Cross says, call Rob about Star Wars fans and see if he's on KK's side. Oh, boy. Oh, boy, John. And then he followed up and says, KK hasn't been there yet, and no one has mentioned her in interviews. There's hope. No, she is there, man, and she is doing interviews. I don't know where you got that from, but she is. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Dug a Ditch with a $20 holla. That's very generous, man. Thank you. Says, when the MCU tried to broaden its audience by catering to the new subgroups, it failed because they overestimated the demand and then overspend. How do you think they should approach diversification post-reboot? I mean, to me, look, I actually think there's a lot of smart people that get this. One of them is Taika Waititi, which might shock you, but it's true. I mean, Taika has this really famous quote where he said, diversity is not having every ethnicity represented in every background shot. Diversity is not having white directors and writers try to come up with how to write an interesting black or diverse character. So, like, look, ultimately, they just done stupid things. How to approach it from an actual story perspective. Like, I think there are people out there, like, for instance, Ryan Coogler, that I think would truly and authentically bring, diversity or diverse ideas to the table. I also think that what you really need is diversity of thought. Diversity of thought, because, frankly, no race is like a monolith. But if you pick people with monolithic ideas across multiple races, you get a stagnating writing room, So, yeah, you just got to find the talented people, make it about merit. Yeah, just generally do it better. But I would agree with at least partially what you're saying. Also, probably don't spend bajillions of dollars on it. Yeah, a couple of those things. Locationary says, my wife used to be a massive MCU fan. We'd see every film at the cinema. Now she's completely checked out due to how bad the recent films have been. How do I get her excited again? I don't think you can, and I don't think you should. I think it'll naturally happen if they start winning again. If they start winning again, I think the zeitgeist will just do its thing, and then she might want to come back and check it out. Like Doomsday, Fantastic Four and Doomsday are probably the best shot we have at this. And then if those work, it's off to the races for Secret Wars. Secret Wars could be a $3 billion movie, but I think Doomsday is going to probably sit around $1 billion. If Doomsday is great, Secret Wars becomes the most successful film of all time. So there's a lot at stake right now, but like, dude, just I would say that's not your responsibility, brother. Bianca, thank you for the gifted membership. Really appreciate it. Scott says, just when you thought you were out, they pull you back in. Nerd Vengers for life. F4 to the moon. Yeah, Fantastic Four looks good. It looks really good. Elijah says, what was the essence of Star Wars? What is the essence now? The essence of Star Wars is mythic storytelling for adolescents. It is the hero's journey for the individual that is about to enter the real world. That's what it is. What is the essence now? I mean, I don't know, man. I think that's part of the problem is like, it doesn't feel like it has an essence. It feels like it has a shell, and it feels like all sorts of people are trying to fill that shell up with like their version of the essence. For me, that's like what Andor is. That's what Acolyte is. It feels like Dave is maybe one of the only people that's trying to pour George's essence back into the shell, and everybody else is just trying to do their thing, you know? But appreciate the question, man. But Duncan says, saw Sinners last night. It's fucking incredible. Highly recommend seeing it in theaters with the Ludwig track. Some scenes won't hit the same at home. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, I understand that. I've heard it's great. I'm not a horror guy, so I'm probably never going to watch it. But I've heard nothing but good things, and I hope that people do go out and see it and support it and, you know, enjoy it and whatnot. So, hell yeah. Lee says, with a $20 holla, says, watch the trailer, damn it. Oh, and happy Easters. Well, thank you for the $20 holla, man. I don't know what trailer you're talking about, but if you send more super chats, maybe I'll figure it out. Javier Mendez says with a 10 spot, Eternal Storm with the power of eternity in the comics is broken. What? What the hell? What are you talking about, brother? What? Superman? Did they do a Superman trailer? Oh, Superman. Oh, okay, let's see. Let's see what you got. Let's check it out, man. Oh, a little sizzler reel? Okay, all right. I'm willing to give this a shot. Let's take a little peek. Let's take a little peek skis. Well, that looks great. Oh, wait, that was Christopher Nolan or Christopher Reeves. You know what? One of the funniest things I saw yesterday was all these people were saying, like, Marvel Studios hasn't had the director or the president of the company all over every piece of Fantastic Four marketing. Do they not understand the genius of James Gunn's strategy? Anyway, let's watch this.
Being a child, I loved the purity of Superman. It was a time when I was starting to understand what movies were.
James didn't know that Superman was in his future. He wasn't sure that that was the one he should be doing. And then
None
he
of
called
us
me
are.
one day and he said, I have a way in. I know what I want to talk about.
I had been trying to crack it for years. This character's noble, and he's beautiful.
We just finished day 1 on Superman.
It's been a hell of a week at the office.
That's
His
cool.
scripts are so unique, his stories, they're heartfelt.
You know, we love the opportunity to play with the incredible DC library.
Looks good.
Characters and stories, and we really want to do justice for them.
Welcome
Bruh.
to the Daily Planet. It's been so much fun to have the gang together finally.
Hey, man, all you people, like, if you don't understand how this stuff looks better now than when it was first released, like, dude, how dare you? Everybody got so butthurt because I pointed it out, and now it all looks much better. You guys are crazy.
I wear my trunks on the outside of my pants. Like, it's liberating.
James and his stories.
Dude, this looks
does it
good.
with heart.
Superman is a character who's good.
Who is filled with hope. He saves people because it's the right thing to do. We could use a little bit more of that.
Superman was my original superhero, and it started in comics, and I think it's going to be a game changer.
This is the beginning of the future. They are launching a new era right now.
It's the beginning of a whole new adventure and a whole new universe.
We're just getting started, and we're already deep in the DC universe. In James Gunn, we trust, and I think we can do it.
Well, well, well. This motherfucker might have pulled it off.
Being a child, I loved the purity of Superman. It was a time when I was starting to understand what movies were.
James didn't know that Superman was in his future. He wasn't sure that that was the one he should be doing. And then he called me one day and he said, I have a way in. I know what I want to talk about.
I had been trying to crack it for years. This character's noble, and he's beautiful.
We just finished day 1 on Superman.
It's been a hell of a week at the office.
His scripts are so unique, his stories, they're heartfelt.
You know, we love the opportunity to play with the incredible DC library
That
of
looks great,
characters and stories, and we really want to do justice for
She
them.
looks good. Oh my God, he
Welcome
looks
to
good.
the Daily Planet. It's been so much fun to have the gang together finally.
I wear my trunks on the outside of my pants. Like, it's liberating.
James, in his stories, he does it with heart.
Superman is a character who's good.
Who is filled with hope. He saves people because it's the right thing to do. We could use a little bit more of that.
Superman was my original superhero, and it started in comics, and I think it's going to be a game changer.
This is the beginning of the future.
They are launching a new era right now.
It's the beginning of a whole new adventure and a whole new universe.
We're just getting started, and we're already deep in the DC universe. In James Gunn, we trust, and I think we can do it.
That's kind of solid. Like, I don't know, man. Like, this is crazy. This whole situation, this whole it's been wild. You know, like, truly, to have the fucking balls. One thing I've always given him credit for is, like, to have the balls to get the job, hire yourself to write and direct Superman, the first one out, take complete and total ownership. As we've always said, that could fall on its face, and he would be absolutely to blame for that. If it falls on its face, if it falls apart, it is 1,000% his fault. The flip, if it works, it is mostly his fault as well. Like, you have to be fair. You have to give that credit to him. So look, I don't love how much he's, like, you know, jerking himself off and all the stuff, but at the same time, I mean, he did have the balls to step up and do this. So I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff in there I really like. I think tonally it looks great. I think a lot of the shots look great. I think the enthusiasm is genuine. Damn. Okay, Superman. Wow, wee wah. He might have pulled it off. What a world. What a world. RF Gaming Channel says WrestleMania watch party all weekend. Do it. You got any WrestleMania predictions? I don't really watch wrestling. I respect it. I think it's fun. But no, I don't really watch it, brother. Benjamin says, did you see the Marvel swimsuit specialist coming back? Let me tell y'all something. Son. Let me tell y'all something. Did I see it? Look at this tweet. The universe is healing. Marvel swimsuit specials returning after 30 years. Skins will be coming to Marvel Rivals. Kevin, are you watching the show? Come on, man. This is fucking incredible. And yeah, it probably seems to some of you asexual buttheads that oh my god, it's so I can't believe you don't matter. Red-blooded human beings that love fan service, TNA, beefcake, we're the ones that matter. This is such a huge W for Marvel and for culture. Did I see it? Yeah, I think I saw it. Okay. Tay Skywalker says, are we talking about the Superman behind the scenes that just dropped? Yeah, we were literally just doing that. We were literally just doing that. What a world, man. What a world. A lot of ups and downs lately with this nerdy shit, but I continue to be excited and a little confused and always willing to get out here and experience it with you guys. So crazy that that's coming back. I mean, 30 years. The shit was gone for 30 years. And we're bringing back the swimsuit issue of Marvel. Like, come on, man. That actually does feel like it means something. That does feel like a shift. And we should celebrate it. Hell yes. Thoughts on Mikey Madison telling Star Wars to kick rocks? Yeah, she's smart. I mean, it's super embarrassing for Lucasfilm. Yeah, no, I mean, I would, if I were an agent, I'd be like, run, you know? I mean, I'd tell Goss to run, to be honest with you. But maybe they got something there. You know, I'm trying to be open. I'm trying to be open about that. But, yeah. Anything else, guys? Anything else going on in the world? I'm gonna call the stream there. Not too much else going on. Big leak videos about the Fantastic Four dropping this weekend. We'll be back at it next week. Working on a lot of cool Unity stuff. Yeah, we're cooking. So there's a lot of stuff going on. I appreciate everybody's patience with everything. And yeah, I thought it was a pretty good week of content. I thought it was a pretty good week of content. They must have offered Gosling a lot of money. Yeah, I think so too. I think he got a pretty good check, yeah. I mean, he better have, you know. He better have. That's Ken. Any cool plans for the weekend, guys? Are y'all going to watch that WrestleMania stuff? What's the deal with the WrestleMania? Like, is there something I should... Is there something I should know about it? Boom. Just tweeted about Superman. Did you watch Theory's trailer? Yes, I did. But also, if you send more super chats in, I'll watch it. When do you expect to drop Unity physical copy? In a year or two? Well, physical should come out this year for the Kickstarter people. As far as everybody else, I don't know. It'll depend, because we're going to talk to some publishers and they might have opinions on that. So I don't really know. All I know for sure is that the people that paid are getting their book, hopefully by the end of the year. I think we can do that. Yeah, everything. You should get the books, hoodies, everything by the end of the year. The real hang-up's just the book itself, man. Once we get the book, everything else should be pretty easy to figure out. Yeah. Yeah. Big match, John's last WrestleMania. Okay, so this is like heel turn John Cena. It's finally... That's this weekend, huh? Cool. Very cool. Hell yeah. I really thought that Superman thing looked good. I can't believe it. The official Superman account tweeted at me too, but it's probably just an automated thing. But oh, how the times have changed, huh? Cool. John Cross says, do you think the Theories trailer will trend more than the Celebration stuff? I don't know. I mean, maybe. I mean, it doesn't seem like much of the Celebration stuff trended at all. Theories trailer looks really good. You know, the only thing I would say is it's a little short. You know, there's a lot of quick cuts, so You know, but it's a tease, right? I would assume. So that's good. 300% tariffs on the book / sarcasm. Yeah, we'll see how that all affects everything. You know, we'll figure it out. Ross says, sending this because you're trying to end the stream. Haha, go see Sinners, bro. It ain't even that scary like that, but it's peak cinema. Do you really never see Get Out? Yeah, no, and I never will. Look, it's funny to me. I understand. I'm not trying to say like you're doing anything over the line or whatever, but I mean, that is always what people say. I say I don't like horror, and then they're like, well, this horror movie is actually not, like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here? Like, imagine if I was like, I don't like Italian food. And then you were like, oh, but this one pasta, though? Like, do you know what I mean? It's genre blending film, though. I mean, I just don't care. Like, look, I'm not trying to be rude. There is not do you guys not know me? I feel like I've been doing this show for years and nobody even fucking knows me. I'm one of the most stubborn Polacks you will ever meet. If I decide I'm not seeing it, I'm not seeing it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, does anybody know me at all? Like, haven't you guys been paying attention? I'm a stubborn motherfucker. I mean, yes, I flipped on Superman, but like, come on. Come on. Why don't you like Italian food? I love Italian food. Does anybody know me? Does anybody know me at all? Is this thing on? What the hell? You do flip often. We only want you to enjoy peak. I get it. And I hope you guys enjoy it, man. It looks great. Dude, Coogler's the best. You know? Mariana says, now we get 2 Canadian heartthrobs in Star Wars. I am not fully optimistic on... Oh, yeah, dude, right. The Goss is Canadian. I forgot. Wow. Ryan and Levy sound like genuine fans. Dude, you're absolutely right, Mariana. That is a perfect way to say it. You said it better than I did. I agree. Josh, can we talk about this Rivals tournament, though? I mean, we can. I just haven't decided anything yet. I got to make the Google Sheet. I'll probably send that out on Monday or Tuesday. I'll get everybody's info, and then we'll make some decisions. All I can say is if you want to be selected for the Rivals tournament, get that rank up. Not a creative name says, are you doing any promo for Unity? Where can we go to learn more about it? I love that you're creating your own story. I am doing no promo at all. I'm actually, I literally try not to talk about it. And you might be like, wait, what? Because we're just not ready. I made the mistake last time. Maybe it wasn't a mistake, but like we had some serious momentum going and then things fell apart and things got delayed. And so I was like, let's just let it go completely quiet. We're going to cook behind the scenes. The next time I start promoting Unity publicly, like we will be ready. I don't want to do this again where it's like stop, start. So no, zero promotion until like I'm ready. And then I'm going to promote the fuck out of it. You know what I mean? Because it's awesome. But no. Rossi says, I say F horror movies. Josh, 2025. Happy birthday, Jesus. CTMZ with the 10 gifted. That ain't cheap. Appreciate you, brother. 10 gifted memberships. Thank you, sir or madam. Woo! I'm bronze 3, so basically already in. Oh, man. Locationary says, will X-Men 97 do any crossover with the MCU? I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. But I am still excited for season 2. I mean, look. You know what would be funny? And I'm not saying we should do this, right? CTMC with a $50 holla? What the hell, brother? What the hell? How do you have all this money? I thought the economy was in the shitter. I thought we had tariffs on our penis. What's going on here? Good for you. Says 2 + 2 = 4. Be blessed. It's a sir. Oh, thank you, sir. Anyway, you know what would be funny? If we did a watch party for X-Men 97 Season 2 with Bo DeMeo. Wouldn't that be fun? Like, imagine me and Bo on the mics, and we're watching X-Men 97 Season 2, and we just pause like every 30 seconds, and I'm like, okay, Bo, go off. Just literally like, because he'd be like, well, look what they did to my baby. You know what I mean? Wouldn't that be funny? I don't know if we'll do it, but I mean, that's just like the content side of my brain. Who knows, man? I generally like the guy. I mean, I think he's a little different, you know. But I mean, he seems like a good guy to me. But Duncan says, no excuse not to make it a shirtless stream. ATP. What the hell's ATP? What's that mean? Oh, at that point? Hey, dude. Me and Bo, both shirtless, in a hot tub, watching X-Men 97. I'm just saying. That could be a good stream. Might get a few views. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. We'll put it on my OnlyFans or something, you know? Yeah. All right, everybody. Hey, man, much love. Oh, my goodness. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for the continued support and your continued viewership. You know, it's obviously been a wild time with entertainment, Disney, all this stuff, man. Things are so weird, and I'm not a perfect individual. I get emotional about these things. I can get very negative. I believe Wednesday we were going to burn all of our Marvel merch. When you have no debt, you can give more money. Damn, CTMZ. Appreciate you, brother, with a 20 spot. My God, man. Thank you, man. But having said all of that, I'm just really grateful that, like, I can get out there, make my content, be me. I don't have to worry about being perfect. I don't have to walk on eggshells. And for whatever reason, there seems to be people dig it. So that's kind of cool. I appreciate you. Thank you. I'm going to get on out of here, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back at it next week. Remember, spoiler videos for the Fantastic Four over the weekend. A lot of good stuff there. I'm excited about that movie. Much love, everybody. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Is everybody gone? Did everybody leave? What a roller coaster ride. I feel like I say that all the time. Holy. I just can't believe it. Like any of it, frankly. But whatever happens, whatever comes our way, we'll face it together as Nerdvengers. Really appreciate you guys. I know I sound like a broken record on that. I'm just in a real grateful vibe this week. So thank you. I'm going to go kiss my beautiful children. And it is a blessing to be able to work from home, have them so close, to be able to make the money we make, to be able to make sure they're going to be okay. And you guys are a big part of that. So thank you. Appreciate you. Do me a favor, though. Would you open up that third eye and wash out your butt? Hole.